many people have the idea that they want to write a story or a novel or a screenplay of some sort, and they really don't know how to begin. What if I told you that just using 7 simple sentences, you can have the base of what you would need to build a story off of? So I'm just going to go over a device that I use that helps me when I'm trying to create a story, and it's called the 7-sentence story structure. And how that works is there's the beginning of 7 sentences, and you fill in the ending of the sentences, and in order, those 7 sentences will create a story inevitably, as long as you fill in the second half of the sentence with something that logically makes sense. So the 7 sentences begin: once upon a time, and every single day, until one day, because of that, until finally, and every day henceforward. So a quick example of that could be anything. You could take a frog. Once upon a time, there was a frog, and every single day he hopped a lily pad to lily pad, until one day his lily pads were gone. Because of that, he had to go find more lily pads. Because of that, he encountered many obstacles, until finally he found a new pond with plenty lily pads, and every day henceforward he was the lily pad king. And that's a really quick, childlike version of it, but you can easily turn it into a more mature adult story by adding a more mature adult spin on it. So you could take like the popular movie Titanic, right? Once upon a time, there was a giant ship, and every single day people worked to make this ship better. Eventually they said it couldn't sink, until one day it got struck by an iceberg. Because of that, the ship started to sink. Because of that, everybody had to try to find a way to survive, until finally there were only so many survivors, and every day henceforward the survivors thought about that great tragedy. So literally you could take just those 7 sentences, fill in whatever, and you can do this with any story that already exists to try to see if you could figure out what the base structure of the story is. And that's the 7-sentence story structure.